So now what we're going to do is that we are going to train a model. And before that, we need to create an experiment. So this video is about creating your first experiment. Just go and click on New, and here you will be able to see, just like any of the Word document main file and the main dashboard that you see in the Office new screen. So just like that, you'll be able to see there are a lot of new experiments out there. That might be, I would say, a sample experiment in which you do maybe regression for the data set of autos. That might be for, I would say, analysis of any other kind of data set. That might be for fraud detection. That might be for binary classification and maybe risk prediction. And there are a lot of templates out there that you can use, or maybe you can use this for training and evaluate multi-class classification letters. So just for a quick fact that US Mail uses machine learning to identify, and what they identify is like the letters or the address that you have written by hand on your mail, and it identifies using machine learning and sends it over to respective destination, and 96% of the times it detects the right ones, and that's really good enough. And how bad your writing may be, it will detect somehow. And machine learning is so strong that they're using that for that kind of purpose. But right now we're not going to use any of the templates, but we are going to do this kind of experiment. And for that we need some autos data, like the vehicles data, the cars and type of cars, and we need to get the respective data set. The good thing about Azure Machine Learning Studio is like we have that data set inside Azure Machine Learning Studio, so we need not just go to any of the other websites and grab the data. So a lot of data sets are already available inside Azure Machine Learning Studio. And now what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to simply create a blank experiment, and that experiment would be about to predict the prices of vehicles. So here you go. Yeah, on the left side you'll be able to see that this is more of like the tools and templates that you will be using, more of like the data sets, the format conversion, feature selection, machine learning, OpenCV modules, time series analysis, and kind of things. In the middle screen you're able to see that it starts with the basic processes. Like in the basic process, it tells you that how you can go with this. And on the right side, this is about the project and about the properties. For example, if I add a new data set here, so what would happen is like it would just simply give me the properties on the right side. So if you explore this to save data sets, if you just go to the sample, so there is a lot of data sets available that you can use to experiment and do a lot of stuff with that. So what we are going to use is basically the autos data, the automobile price data. But right now, before that I would just want to recap that what we are actually going to do. So here we'll be just coming up with a data set. Then we need to transform the data. As I told you previously, the data might not be in the same format that we require. So we need to maybe remove some empty columns, or maybe we need to split the data accordingly so that we have the test data set and training data set. Once we have that, we are going to use the respective algorithms. So if I just minimize it, just go into the machine learning. So here I have like evaluate, initialize, model, score, and train. So if I just go to initialize model and regression, I'd be having linear regression that we might be using for maybe predicting the prices. And then once we use algorithm, then we need to have a trained model. And for the trained model, so it will be more of like we'll add a simple model here, and after adding a model, what we need to do is that we need to test that model with the test data set. For that we need to split the data, and once we do that, we'll get the results. And once we get the results, we'll use that results to evaluate what kind of efficiency we are having and how many of the times out of 100 it's predicting the right answer for the respective price of automobile. So initially we'll have a data set, we'll transform that, we'll split the data, we'll have the algorithm out there, we'll train the model, and after training the model, we'll test the model. So I hope you are too much excited for this kind of experiment, and we'll get started in the next video.